Alrighty guys, so welcome back for yet another Dokkan battle video, and the reason your boy is wearing a hood. You Jesus, I'm gonna sneeze. Anyways, I know this is not irrelevant to it, but your boy's wearing a hood because your boy's got a case of the bad head. So, needless to say, not exactly what I would call appealing, but that is really not what you guys clicked on this video for. You guys clicked to see the details for Trules. So yes, Trules is getting his EZA. So far, we have just gotten his passive details. As you guys can tell, the boost conditions, or his transformation conditions, essentially, are still to be announced. So again, unfortunately, we do not have that information quite yet. But I think, again, it's pretty safe to say that Trules, I do think, is going to be one of the best EZA units. I don't think he's going to beat Vegeta. I do think Vegeta is severely, like, better than him. Like, he's just, like, straight out much better. There's no doubt in my mind. Again, because Vegeta's just really built different. Like, it's a very cheesy thing to say, like, oh, he's built different, but dude, he really is. So anyways, Trules is going to be leading now movie bosses 3 key and 170% to stats, basically making Trules the best movie bosses lead. Int Broly is still an amazing leader for movie bosses, as well as LR Janemba, but again, LR Janemba is only 150%, and then Broly is not a true 170%, he's 170% to attack and defense, but not HP. So essentially making Trules, again, the true movie bosses leader, being 170% across the board. But again, that is not to say that Janemba or Broly are bad leaders by any means. I just do think that, again, Trules now being the new movie bosses lead is the one that I would recommend everybody to use, because again, Trules is just going to be able to support the entire team much better than literally any of these guys, because these guys literally don't give support. Trules does, so, you know, he's going to be way better in my opinion. And again, this is really going to make this unit right here look even better. The Team LR Trules are going to be absolutely disgustingly good after this guy's EZA. Again, I cannot wait to see what these guys do, because now that Trules has got his EZA, things are going to really change for this unit. So anyways, he's also Extreme Class 3 key and 100% to stats. He now raises attack and defense for 1 turn on his super attack, and then has a 30% chance to stun. So again, a pretty good stun chance right there. I think that stays the same. Yeah, so he still kept the medium chance. The only thing that changes now that, you know, he's able to raise his attack and defense for 1 turn, which is nice. So Trules now gets 160% at the start. That is a lot. Holy, what are your stats? Yeah, 13,000 to defense after his his EZA. Again, if he's completely rainbowed. And he gets 160%. This Trules is going to be really freaking strong defensively turn 1. Even, like, just with this flat out. Like, Trules, I think, should be at around maybe 200k defense, or maybe, like, close to 200k defense, just with this alone, not even counting this. So he gives all allies 3 key and 40% attack. I don't think that changed. No, so that stays the same. He gives all allies 40% defense if there's a super class enemy. Now, this condition is a little bit, I would say, bad in the sense that I wish they just gave him, again, 3 key, 40% attack and defense to all allies. But because it's a super class enemy, that's really not that hard. The only event in the game currently that this could be just a little bit of an issue for is the red zone, because the red zone stages are all extreme class enemies, so that is going to be really annoying. But at the same time, it's not the worst thing ever, because again, outside of it, or outside of the red zone, most units in the game are super class anyways. Like movie bosses Extreme Super Battle Road is literally all super class enemies. So Trules is going to be able to, for free, give everyone 40% defense. So again, not the worst condition ever, but again, I wish they just basically gave it to him for free. And then he also debuffs Superclass enemies attack by 20%, which is nice. I think that stays the same as well. No, so it did increase to 20% from 15%. And then this, of course, is the same. You know, you fulfill the conditions to transform into his Fruit of the Tree of Might form, which has a 25% chance for 3 turns when HP is 80%. I think this is... I think the condition for him to transform is pretty much going to be the same. The only difference is I think they may buff this to a 40%, because again, they have been buffing all of these like chances to transform into 40%. Like Android 21, I think is a 40% after her EZA. Vegeta's is also a 40% after ZZA. So I think they're basically gonna buff it to a 40%. I think they may completely get rid of this condition for 3 turns. I think this might be a permanent transformation. The reason for that is based off his EZA details for his Fruit of the Tree of Might form. Again, I think it's going to be a permanent form, and then I don't think that they're going to change this. I think that's going to stay completely the same. So anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at his Fruit of the Tree of Might form. So anyways, Turles now stacks attack and defense, and this is the main thing that I wanted to discuss, is because he now stacks, I think this is going to be a permanent transformation, because to me it doesn't make sense if he stacks but only for 3 turns and then he transforms back. Again, that really doesn't make too much sense. Like, why would you make a unit stack if they're literally just going to then de-transform back into their base, or technically base? Again, it doesn't really correlate too well. So for me personally, I do think that they are going to make this a permanent transformation, because again, Turles is really the only one that de-transforms. Again, he's really the only guy that does it. No other unit in the game transforms and then de-transforms. Literally none. Turles, to my knowledge, again, is the only one who does it. So again, because of the fact that he now stacks, again, my theory is that this is going to be a permanent transformation, which again is still pretty good, because again, now he has a 50% chance to stun, which is really nice. He recovers 20% HP when he transforms, so I think that stays the same. No, it was 15% before, so that's actually 5 extra percent HP regen, which is really, really nice. He gets 200% attack and defense, again, with his really good stats. He gives all allies 3 ki, which is nice. Again, the fact that they kept the ki is really, really good. He gets another 100% defense when there's a superclass enemy. So again, this is really going to be just like a little cherry on top for Turles, because again, with the 200% at the start, with the stacking of attack and defense, and I didn't even get to his links yet. Again, we'll talk about this in a moment. Again, Turles should be already looking disgustingly good when he transforms. Of course, the extra 100% defense, like I said, is literally just going to be another cherry on top for Turles. Again, Turles is looking to be very, very impressive. And then he also debuffs superclass enemies 80% to defense. Again, that's completely useless. And he becomes super effective against all types when HP is 80% or more. So basically, when you first get this guy to transform, he should be super effective against all types. Granted that you don't get like super attacked and like your HP falls down, but again, typically I do think this guy should be above 80% HP, especially considering the teams that he's on. Again, I don't think that is going to be a hard condition to fulfill. And again, similarly to the defense, this is going to be a nice little, again, extra cherry on top. Again, Turles doesn't really need it, but again, it's just going to be something extra that Turles has in his back pocket. Because again, if I'm being completely honest, this plus the 200% plus the key is literally more than enough for Turles. Again, it's very simplistic, just like his previous, transformation details. But again, Turles really doesn't need too much anymore, considering the fact that he now stacks in this form. Again, he's got a bigger start of turn buff. And again, his link set is also going to contribute immensely, because again, you have Destroyer of the Universe, which is 25% attack, 15% defense. You have Thirst for Conquest, 15% attack and defense. And you have Big Bad Bosses, 25% attack and defense. Like, those 3 links alone are already giving him so much extra attack and defense. And again, Saiyan Warrior Race is going to give him extra attack. Prepared for Battle is going to give him a little bit of extra attack and defense. Brutal Beatdown is going to give him more attack. And then, of course, Fierce Battle is going to be giving him even more attack. Essentially, again, making this Turles an absolute beast. Like, this Turles is going to be hitting really hard. He's going to have super good defense. And again, I'm not even throwing this into the mix. Like, you throw that into Turles' pool of, you know, defense. Like, this guy, I mean, he's going to be, like, almost untouchable. Like, straight up. So, again, I'm really impressed with what they did with Turles. Again, we don't know what his transformation condition is going to be like. Again, we're going to have to wait for the data download to see what it's like. But like I said, my theory for his transformation is, again, they're going to make this a 40%. They're going to get rid of the 3 turns, so it's going to be a permanent transformation. And then this is going to stay the same. Again, I don't really see them changing that. Because, again, the 80% or below is a super easy condition to fulfill. So, again, you could potentially get that, like, literally turn 1 in, like, a Super Battle Road stage if you enter the turn under 80% HP. And, again, you get lucky, you get your 40% chance to activate, boom, Turles is out on the field. So, again, not a bad potential transformation condition, because, again, we still do not know. So anyways, guys, that is going to do it for today's video. You guys can let me know what you guys think of Turles, whether or not you think he is the best TOR in the game, or easy ATOR, I should say. For me personally, I think he may be number 2, depending on how he looks in-game, because again, we do need to see what he can do, essentially, in-game before we can just go ahead and outright say, oh, he's number 1, he's number 2, or he's a 3rd best, you know, easy ATOR. But based off of his details alone, plus his stats, for me at least, I do feel like this Turles is going to be number 2. And again, if you have this LR Turles, by the way, be prepared is essentially what I'm going to tell you, because he's going to be a different kind of animal when Turles releases in-game. Because again, this guy can get up to like 300k defense already, like without the extra 40% defense coming from Turles' Easy A. And again, it is a, you know, super class restriction, but again, literally outside of the red zone, most of the units that you're going to be fighting are going to be super class. Legendary Goku event, Legendary GT edition of the Goku event, Legendary Vegeta event, Super Battle Road, Infinite Dragon Ball history. Most of them are super class enemy, enemies. Like, again, not too hard to do. So yeah, again, Turles, he's a beast. Nothing really else I can say about that. Your boy's working on link leveling him when he comes out on global. And yeah, that is going to do it for today's video, guys. And I will see you all in the next one. Peace.
The name of this one is Rosé. Oh, this is the power of legendary Super Saiyan Goku. Now I understand.